Experiencing bad breath is no fun for anyone. It's not fun for the people who experience it from the other side, and it's no fun for somebody who knows they have this problem. Somebody's told them you have stinky breath. The first thing, of course, is to try and make sure, go to a dentist and make sure you haven't got a dead tooth, because a dead tooth will smell like a dead tooth. And that can be very unpleasant. So that dead tooth has to get taken care of. You have an infection that's festered in that tooth. The tooth may need to be extracted, most likely, or you have some kind of treatment to get rid of the problem. But that would be the first thing to do. The second place that you may have a problem is around your gums. And if you have gum disease, then this can also give you pretty stinky breath. And my suggestion would be to immediately start using what I call my complete mouth care system. Now, I'm a dentist. I've been a dentist for 50 years. And during that time, I figured out that the people who had healthy teeth and healthy gums could only really achieve this if they balanced the mouth bacteria. And I have a sequence of mouth rinses, some very ordinary things you buy from Walmart, from the grocery store. And when you use these things in this particular sequence, along with the use of xylitol, which you may now have heard of finally, but this was kind of a challenge when I started teaching people this because nobody had ever heard of xylitol. Now it's pretty common. Just make sure you get the pure xylitol. And if you need more details, go to my website, check it out. And there's a free downloadable booklet. You can really learn how to use my complete mouth care system. And this will balance your gum health and your tooth health. And if you do that, that would be the first thing I would recommend you do. But people have used my complete mouth care system and they still feel that their breath isn't right. And this is what brings me to this diagram today to try and explain what could be happening. One of the problems with your mouth is that it is connected with your digestive tract. And acids can come up this way, up from your digestive tract, and unbalance your mouth. So you need to deal with acid reflux. If that's one of the things you're experiencing, again, xylitol is going to help it. And the complete mouth care system is going to help deal with some of the symptoms in your mouth. Maybe you have sensitivity or you have erosion happening. My complete mouth care system is going to help you with that. But this acid reflux, this acid regurgitation into your mouth may be giving you this bad taste and this bad breath. And I would highly recommend looking into some digestive enzymes. Anything in your upper digestive tract will benefit from digestive enzymes. If you don't want to take a supplement, you could start using a little bit of pineapple, just like a few pieces of fresh pineapple before you start eating. In pineapple, there are enzymes that will help your upper digestive tract. And if you eat these enzymes before you have a meal, you will digest the meal more appropriately, and then you will have less chance of this regurgitation. Now, this can take a while to occur. That's why supplements may be an easier, quicker, more effective way to achieve this. So that's one thing to consider. I happen to like Longevity upper digestive enzymes. If you're looking for brand to go after, Garden of Life are also a great brand for an upper digestive enzyme. Now, in your mouth, your biofilm is the layer of bacteria that coat your mouth. And it's really important that these bacteria are healthy. And one of the problems when you've had bad breath is you may have been using a lot of harsh oral care products, things that are not necessarily good for the good bacteria in your mouth. And usually what they found when they did studies with people with bad breath, the issue wasn't that they had tons and tons of bad bacteria, it was that they had very few bacteria overall. And instead of lots and lots of healthy ones, keeping the bad guys in line, when you have bad breath, often you don't have any good bacteria. You just have a lot of bad ones, and often just a few varieties. It's like the bad guys took over your mouth. So what do? How do you change that? Well, xylitol is incredibly useful to change around the mixture, because what xylitol does is it feeds the good bacteria in your mouth. And in order to have good bacteria in your mouth, you don't want your mouth to be too acidic too often. And so the secret to this is to stop snacking and sipping anything in between meals, especially if you're sipping something like a diet soda or any kind of soda drink, even power drinks and Gatorade type drinks. All of these drinks, even sparkling water, is making your mouth acidic and generating the wrong mix of bacteria for you. So eat and drink at a mealtime, end the meal with xylitol, something like Zelly's mints, and then stop eating and drinking. Nothing, not even a sip of water, so that the good bacteria can fill your mouth while you are between meals. Then you eat and drink and end the meal with xylitol. It's a pattern of eating. Now, this will help your mouth, but there's one more thing I want you to consider, and that is your nose. Often people who have bad mouth odors actually have bad sinus problems. And they may also have tonsil stones or enlarged adenoids at the back of the throat here. So what do we do about making the biofilm that lines the nose as healthy as you're going to make the biofilm that lines your mouth? And notice here, when you take a section through these biofilms, this biofilm in your mouth actually connects and communicates with the biofilm in your nose. So it is really important to have a nasal spray that is made with xylitol. And at the end of tooth cleaning, after you've cleaned your mouth at night, when you've used, hopefully, my complete mouth care system, the last thing you do is just mist your nose with xylitol. And you can sniff it back or you can blow your nose, whichever you prefer. And the coating of the xylitol will help to develop healthy bacteria in your nose at the same time as you're developing healthy bacteria in your mouth. And if you're using my complete mouth care system and you have an opportunity perhaps to gargle when you're doing the Listerine step of my complete mouth care system, I'm not recommending Listerine used alone, just a part of my system. You can gargle with this and help to change the environment in the back of your throat as well. We found that can be very helpful, particularly if you have tonsil stones. So we want to change the biofilm in your nose. We want to change the biofilm in your mouth. And we want to help your upper digestive tract, if you need to, with digestive enzymes. And then the last thing, so we are dealing with saliva. We're not eating and drinking after meals. We're dealing with nasal health. We are going to use a xylitol spray periodically through the day and try and develop healthy biofilm so it will connect with the healthy biofilm in your mouth. And then the third thing that you can do is consider your gastric health, your digestive health. And I would highly recommend eating some of the things you've probably given up eating. Garlic and onions and mushrooms. All these things are so good for your immune system and for your saliva health. And you don't have to be fearful that these are going to be odorous in your mouth. Eat them as a meal, end the meal with xylitol, and use my complete mouth care system, and you will soon see that you gain control over everything. You will promote healthy bacteria. That diversity of bacteria is going to eliminate those odors that are in your mouth. And you're going to be sooner than you imagine. Most people tell me they see a difference in about a week. They wake up in the morning and suddenly their mouth isn't covered in a film that they are worried about. You don't have to tongue scrape and do all these crazy things you've been doing. We just have to get your nasal passages healthy. We have to get your oral biofilm healthy. And we have to have you eating a diet that is good for your immune system and your gut health, your digestive health. And that would be a diet that is full of good vegetables. Eat some salads, eat some vegetables with your meals. And if necessary, if you don't have a really good functioning digestive tract, consider a colon health. Colon, it's the end of your digestive tract, COLON, colon health probiotic. That can be very useful. This way you get the front of your digestive system, the nose and the mouth, healthy, and you will get your colon under control. And when you have all that happening for you, bad breath is going to disappear and you won't have to think about it ever again. And I am excited for you that you've found this video, because most people do not help their patients, especially dentists, seem to be fixated on teeth. And it's beyond teeth. It's to do with this biofilm imbalance, and you can gain control. Xylitol is an incredible way to help you do that. So I wish you great success, and please comment below. Any of you who've had bad breath experiences, use this strategy and found how quickly it can be overcome.